Hello everyone, welcome back. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm starting a new series called the Psychedelic Garage, and it's kind of inspired by this band. I want to start doing a series of album reviews from psychedelic bands from the past and from the present. And we're going to start with my inspiration here. For the name. This is a band called the Mind Garage. They were a West Virginia psychedelic band. Began in 68, I believe it was. And this is an album. It's very rare to get your hands on this. It's called A Total Electric Happening at the Early Years of Mind Garage. And as you can see, I have a signed copy, and we'll get to that story in just a moment. But I want to talk about this album a little bit. It says, "Witness the incredible Mind Garage, a total electric happening." The Mind Garage was a band that was formed in the late 60s, and basically what had happened, they were the first band to perform a rock concert, supposedly, in a church, a liturgy, and they call it the Electric Liturgy. Very interesting pioneers of sort of the Jesus rock, Christian rock that later came on. You hardly ever heard of that, didn't hear of it at all, really, until later on, and these guys were the pioneers of it. Now, this particular album that I'm going to be talking about is not really a Christian rock album. This is a total psychedelic album from the 60s. The songs, I mean, there may be some biblical references or Christian references. I don't know. I do know that there are some couple of words on the album that probably wouldn't be said in church. Let's put it that way. But all in all, I want to talk about it. So this album is a little bit darker than a lot of the music that you would hear coming out of the 60s, right after the Summer of Love. But it is in 68, and 68 was a dark time. It's a little heavier hitting. It's a very punkish, garage, raunchy rock and roll. But it also has these sort of trippy moments as well, gentler harmonic moments as well, harmonious sort of music and tracks and things of that nature. It reminds me a lot of Country Joe and the Fish at times. It reminds me of some of the bands that you would hear off the Nuggets release, the boxed set that I've talked about before. Garage rock, psychedelic, hard psych, sort of got that graunchy garage sound. So it's a perfect, this name is perfect for this band because they are a psychedelic garage band. I mean, it is perfect, the Mind Garage. But yeah, I mean, this album blew me away when I heard it. I had, I'll get into a little bit of the story. There was a concert, festival in 2007, and my band actually got to play at the same festival as these guys, and Sky Saxon and the Seeds and several other bands. And so I got to meet these guys, Larry McClurg and Norris. I got to meet both of them. And we got to hang out and talk. I also got to meet Sky Saxon of the Seeds. So, I mean, it was really a cool trip. We got to perform. We actually opened before the Seeds, so, we got to perform with them on the stage. But, yeah, I mean, the guys signed this copy, and it's very difficult to get your hands on it. I think it's sold out on one website already. But yeah, this is the early years copy of it. Now, the cool thing about this band is they every song off this album, it's got 9 songs on the album, and every song on the album is a gem. I mean, I am not kidding. This album is totally psychedelic bliss as far as I'm concerned. It's got a heavy edge to it if you like that kind of music. It's trippy, hallucinatory in places. But I'll break down a little bit about each song. I won't get into a lot of details, but there's the instrumental B-52, very cool track. Cell of a Death Man. This is sort of a play on, I guess, Death of a Salesman. But this is a hard, heavy-hitting song. The lead singer, Larry McClurg, reminds me a lot of Marty Ballin from the Jefferson Airplane. I mean, he almost sounds just like him at times. He can sing gently, and he can scream and, just melt your face at times. I mean, just such a great lead singer, great songwriter. But yeah, Cell of a Death Man is just, I mean, it is a heavy hitting song. There's parts where he's singing, it's not me that you want, and it's just such a powerful rock song, and what a way to, blow the doors off immediately. Next song is What Shall We Do Till Norris Comes. This is where it kind of brings it down a little bit, and you want to talk about getting very trippy. It starts with just this very mellow sound, and then it comes into it, Larry singing, what shall we do till Norris comes? And so, yeah, what shall we do till Norris comes? This was written, I believe, because Norris was always late. So they just, sitting around writing a song, and basically that's what the lyrics are. It's talking about them sitting around waiting on Norris. But yeah, such a great little track. I mean, this is like a nighttime track, but then it just builds up, and it's still got that heavy hitting sound. Next song is my favorite song off the album. It's called Water, and this is oh man, I love this song. This is so trippy. This one was a version of this was used in the Electric Liturgy, but yeah, this one's just very trippy. Beautiful song. I mean, it shows you the variation of the vocal in this song from, Cell of a Death Man, where there's a lot of screaming going on, to this one where Larry is singing, and there's some harmonies, vocal harmonies, and just such a trippy little song, and definitely one of my favorite songs. This one this could have been a psychedelic single back in the day. I mean, it's that good. It's that good of a song. And the lyrics, if you really listen close to the lyrics, those are some pretty deep lyrics. I mean, this guy's he's not fooling around. I mean, such a great lyricist. I mean, Larry's a great songwriter as far as I'm concerned. Star Goddess kind of reminds me of the way it begins is like a garage stripped down version of Hendrix. The way it just comes in, it sort of reminds me of something, Jimi Hendrix could have taken and put together and made a song out of. Very cool little song. Circus Farm's another one. I really, really like this one. And I love the composition of the song. I love the way that the song is put together. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, the progression of it, really, really cool song, and it's very, very psychedelic as well. Circus Farm, kind of a mixture between, the, I suppose, like, the stripped down way of hippie life as far as the farm, and then the circus as far as, the psychedelia and the fun and all that. I mean, these are just my interpretations, but This Town is next. That's a pretty cool song by Larry. It's a good rocking song. Then you get to Reach Out. Reach Out was a song by the Four Tops, Motown classic. And these guys absolutely do it justice. You've got to hear it. highly recommend this song. It's a very fuzz, garage, rocked up version of this wonderful classic song. Kind of reminds me of when Vanilla Fudge did Keep Me Hanging On. Oh my goodness, I love that. Matter of fact, the Vanilla Fudge song, Keep Me Hanging On, is my favorite version of that song. And my favorite version of Reach Out is by the Mind Garage. And then finally you get Asphalt Mother, which was the single that was released in '68 by the band. Now the band was offered to come to Woodstock and declined because they thought they had a better paying gig. I know they kicked themselves for not doing that. But yeah, I mean, such a great band. If you haven't heard any of these songs, I'm going to link a page. It's not on Spotify, but I'm going to link a page where you can listen to these classic songs. These psychedelic gems are just a must. And so, Mind Garage, the early years, A Total Electric Happening, I totally recommend this album. I'm not really going to rank albums, as far as like a 1 out of 10 or how many stars or whatever. But I will say that, yeah, this album is a definite gold standard psychedelic album as far as I'm concerned. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, subscribe, share, and I'll be back with more psychedelic albums in the Psychedelic Garage series. So thank you guys, and peace.